for 1 week, it went from 5K to like almost 30K. And it's like, holy crap. What'd you do? What kind of sorcery? I would love to be a source of people's comfort with my Twitch streams. The first month was like 100K, and that was like, yeah. Wow. Part of why I think a lot of women decide not to do this job anymore is because they actually start doing really, really well, and then it gets really hard, and they don't have help. And it's like, how do you find help?
All right. Hey, Tovi, I'm like super, super glad you're here. So yeah, just tell me a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from, what you're doing, you know, about your life.
Well, I'm Tovi. A lot of people call me Toby. It's Tovi.
You've already gotten Tovi once.
Oh, I get it all the time at Starbucks, specifically. I'm from Florida, and like the bumfuck middle of nowhere. So everyone's always like, oh, isn't that the town with the movie, The Gators? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm also known as like the affirmation lady and the drink your water lady. And
all right. Well, so take me back. Before you were doing all this creator stuff, what was your background and like what led you into this?
I don't really have like any background, to be honest. I kind of was posting dumb videos in high school, and not like OnlyFans stuff. But I was just kind of like making stupid, funny videos, and I still like. I've always been told I'm a very flirtatious person, so I just like making the like funny, flirty videos and stuff like that. And a few of them like went crazy, and I thought that was really cool. Actually, at the time, I was going into the Navy, and I was going to be an aviation ordnanceman. I had my job, and I had my ship date, and all that stuff, and I ended up like leaving because I just didn't want to do that. And there were like other things that were going on, but I felt like I wanted to get away from that. And I actually, because of the videos going crazy, I actually got to start OnlyFans when I turned 18. And it was like in the middle of COVID, and I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do in San Diego. So like
everything was shut down.
Yeah, like what are you gonna do at that point? No one's accepting jobs. So I started working on OnlyFans, and I had a pretty decent following, and they're all very sweet and loving people. So everyone was like, and yeah, that's how I got into it, and that's how I started it.
Awesome. Yeah, your fans seem like really supportive of you, and they all seem like super cool and laid back, which is a plus. Yeah.
I love them so much.
What do you call them?
I call them my beans. They're my beans. They're very I like to pride myself on them because I hear horror stories about all these people who have like really critical like fans and stuff like that, or like followings and all that. But anytime I've ever had like a life crisis, even if I've been vague about it, everyone's like, take time for yourself. Like, thank you for like communicating and stuff like that. They're very, very sweet people.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's amazing. So if you don't mind sharing, can you go a little bit in detail about like your money, how your money was prior to Mystique?
So I mean, I thought I was making like really great money. I was making like 5K a week if I was like really, really working my ass off. If I wasn't, it was like 3K, 2K a week.
So averaging like 10 to 15K a month?
Like 10, 15K.
Yeah, which is still amazing, obviously. Yeah.
It's very, for a 19, 20-year-old that's like, you know, living in San Diego, like I got to be really, really comfy, and it's really nice, and I love working for myself. And it was great it's great not having someone over me to like tell me what to do all the time, you know?
Yeah. So based on that, I guess, how do you feel like your content, like how do you feel, words? Before joining Mystique, how did you feel about your content? I know you sort of talked to us a little bit about how, you know, you were sort of falling off, or maybe felt like you were pressured to do things, but I guess sort of go into detail about that.
Yeah, I was having a really hard time with like, I love making my content, and I have fun making my content, but I always felt like I was behind. Like I was behind on making videos or like making content for OnlyFans, and like I was always wanting to do the next thing, but I had to finish this thing. And it was just really hard because I have to do the editing, the recording, everything that goes into it, marketing, and like replying to everyone. And it gets exhausting and really hard. And it's part of why I think a lot of women decide not to do this job anymore, is because they actually start doing really, really well. And then it gets really hard and they don't have help. And it's like, how do you find help, you know?
That's a huge thing, is just finding help at the end of the day, especially in this industry, because people tend to build
people.
Yeah, the industry is a little intense.
Yeah.
So it is definitely good to find those people. So stemming off of your content, do you feel like you were maybe getting a little bit stuck, or how were you feeling?
I feel like I was getting burnt out. I wouldn't have the mental energy to come up with like new things to say all the time. Like people would always jokingly be like, I don't know how you come up with all those compliments or like all those phrases all the time. And I'm like, it just comes to me. Like I'm all over the place all the time. And then like with having to do so much all the time, I got so tired that like I started having to do like tons more outtakes and tons more redos and stuff like that. And like then I was falling behind even more because I feel like my content's not good enough. And with the more people that I got, the more I wanted to do better for them, you know? But I didn't have the ability to. And so many times I was like, okay, this month, like things are going to slow down and we're really going to like try and like up the quality. And I couldn't do it on my own.
Feels like when you get like more fans too, there's like this more pressure, like more eyes looking at you too.
And it's hard to complain about it because they're so sweet and they're nice people, and it's not a bad thing. It's
yeah. But content creation is a full-time job, which people don't understand too. So is this where you sort of were like, hey, I need to like start finding an agency? Like what clicked where you were like, this is my next step?
I started like seeing a lot of the girls that were at my point or like a little bit past my point. I started noticing that they actually didn't advertise the fact that they do work with agencies or like have assistants and things like that. So I started trying to reach out to like people that I followed and like we were mutuals and stuff like that. And they gave the idea of like, look for an agency, but a lot of people were like, be really wary because a lot of these people will like use you and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, these larger people are suggesting it. I guess I should try it at least, because like the people who are always telling me like don't do it have plateaued and don't push past their plateau. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll look into a couple.
Yeah, what you did, you looked into a couple, you found us, Mystique. So I guess what made you lean into Mystique instead of going with another agency?
You guys were really personal. Like you guys, when I met with you first, you were very sweet and like very welcoming and stuff like that, and very friendly. And then I was nervous to meet everyone else, but you were really adamant about it, and I really appreciated that a lot.
We have a great team.
Yeah. And after meeting them, I was like, wow, none of the other like people that I talked to really pushed for that. And honestly, they pushed me for me to talk to other agencies to get other information and stuff like that. And you guys were really like, no, like we'd love to have you. Like we don't. They're like if you want to go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, but you guys were just always so like real people. You guys were real people, not like business people or like showing me like you showed me statistics, but you didn't show me just statistics and numbers and stuff like that. Like you showed me how we were going to do it, what we were going to like do, and like the path that we were going to take to do it and stuff like that. And it all seemed like feasible, and it wasn't stuff that like I had thought before and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely understand. I mean, we wanted you on the team because we felt that energy from the start, you know? I mean, obviously, like, it is a business at the end of the day, obviously, but we're here to make a family and, like, build connections. And, like, you're a huge part of that. And, like, we're so excited to have you here.
Because they're very sweet people. Even the people that, like, help out with, like, everything in the background and stuff like that. They're such sweet, warm, like welcoming people, and they're they're so nice. They're such nice people.
We have created a really rad team. That's just like at the end of the day, I mean, it's not like super businessy. It's like, you know, all of us matter. You know, everyone matters at the end of the day. If you're dealing with family stuff, personal stuff, like, and that's where a lot of agencies, you know, sort of shun you out. It's like, oh, you're not doing your work? Well, okay, bye. Like, no, it's like everyone is a human. We all are going through things. So it's like we want to, you know, we appreciate that like, you communicate with us. And yeah. So one huge thing, obviously, when you're on your Instagram, like you have such a great and big personality, but you're also a streamer and you're on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that and your journey with that.
So I grew up like during the like really big like YouTuber Let's Play like time period and stuff like that. So I got really obsessed with like the Minecraft worlds where everyone would get their friends together and they'd go like an entire month where everyone was like building and getting ready, and then they would all like fight each other, or like the horror Let's Plays where like they'd do the animations with them too, and they'd just be really funny and things like that. And I would watch those as a kid and I was like, I want to do that one day. And I realized that not many people do that anymore, and a lot of people do Twitch.
Yeah.
So I remember I was in my brother's bedroom on his laptop, and I started playing, I think it was, what is it called? Amnesia. I started playing Amnesia on Twitch, and I quit 5 minutes in because I was like, I can't do this, and turned it off. And but I got like more people than like you would think at like in high school as a senior. Like I had like 12 people watching me consistently, and I was like, that's so cool. And I just kind of like really leaned more into it as I got more into social media, because I was like, I can do that now, you know. And people seem to be interested in when I was like video games. And I just got me like way more into Twitch, and I just like, I love doing Twitch and playing video games and stuff like that. It allows me to like play video games all the time, which is something that I love to do as well.
Have you played video games since you were a kid?
Yeah. I grew up with my like gamer brothers.
Yeah. So it's like something, it's almost like a connection thing at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you go on about like once a week normally?
Yeah, I go on twice a week.
Twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
What do you play?
I play like Skyrim. Lately we've been doing like a very fun Baldur's Gate playthrough with Dark Urge. So it's been very, very fun, but very traumatizing at the same time. Because with Dark Urge, you just kind of have these like really messed up tendencies and like urges and stuff like that. And your character has no filter.
Yeah.
No filter whatsoever. So you think, oh, that's a nice squirrel. And then the character goes up and like obliterates the squirrel. And it's like,
poor squirrel. How'd it come in?
Yeah.
And speaking of Baldur's Gate, tell us about your name, Tovi.
So my whole name is Togi, and it's actually in Dragonthum, which a lot of people look at me funny when I say that. And it's actually it's a language from a video game called Skyrim. And it is my first favorite video game that I ever had in my entire life. I have like a big sternum tattoo of the Skyrim sigil, and it means the searcher. I can't remember how the syllables go. My friends just kind of like shortened it to Tovi because it's way easier to say.
Oh, it's a rad name. It works perfect. Yeah.
Question. So where do you see your Twitch career going forward? Like, where do you want to take it beyond Twitch?
I want to be able to like reach the point of like, you know how Markiplier is, where he really like reaches people. Same with Jacksepticeye. Like those are like very sweet, warming. Like those are comfort people. Like people watch them for comfort, and I would love to become that. I would love to be a source of people's comfort with my Twitch streams and stuff like that. And I'd love to be able to like meet people at like Twitch cons and stuff like that and be like, it's lovely to meet you, because I don't want to be one of those people who's like just behind a screen And it basically, and nowadays, then like people are just gonna think I'm AI, you know? So I just want to be like, I want to be real with people, and I want to be able to like comfort them by just like being a nice source of entertainment, but like also warm and happy, you know?
Could you ever see yourself like voice acting?
Yeah, I've actually really wanted to do that, but I don't know how people get into things like that, like how they apply for things like that, or like even start. I would love to.
That's a goal. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds really fun, and actually we've been testing it out with the Baldur's Gate streams. Yeah, start like voicing random things.
Well, let's get you there. Yeah, I
would
could
be a lot of
totally
fun.
see you doing that. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, when you signed on with us with Mystique, did you ever dream at all or know that you would be doing more so than just expanding your OnlyFans, but even getting you in conventions and increasing your viewer base with Twitch?
I had hope, but like, I don't know. I don't like to get my hopes up with things too much. So I was like, I wish that I could have help, but then I also like, with talking to other agencies and stuff like that, it seemed like people couldn't really do that unless I hired like people specifically for that. And I was like, oh, that's a lot of people to manage at that point. So I genuinely did not like see it, but I wanted to like believe it. You know what I'm saying?
So I guess what was like the shift when you joined Mystique?
You guys showed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a personal like, oh, you know, like we've been here a while. Like, no, you guys like genuinely were like, okay, here's the cake with like all the frosting and the sprinkles and everything. I thought I was just gonna get like a muffin.
Yeah.
You know? So it was like, holy shit, yeah, okay, you guys are great. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you guys continuously show me why I picked you guys and how happy I am to like work with you guys. I'm so glad you're here.
I mean, one main question, like, what's your favorite part of working with the team? You know?
Everything's a lot more organized.
Yes.
I was so all over the place. I'm very ADHD. I forget things. Everything is so organized, and everybody is so like, it's very easy for all of us to go from like work mode to like friendly mode and like to combine them as well. So like, you know, like John's really good with the numbers. He lays it all out really nice. So it's like, it's easy to look at and you're not overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But then like, who would put like this was awesome. Like, this was a great week, you know? Like things like that. Or like the girls for like the messaging and stuff like that. They'll always like be like this, and then they'll be like, but you know, like you don't have to. And you're like, thank you. And I'm like, thank you. And then we'll go back and forth for like a good minute, like drunk girls in a bathroom, like, oh my God, thank you. You're so gorgeous.
I love that. We do got the guys on the team that are like that. It's amazing. So I guess when you were brought on, do you feel like you had to like change any part of yourself or who you were for just like the agency?
No. Scheduling wise, it was a complete 180, but that was like a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt so disorganized, it was very like jarring at first, but that was the only thing that changed. That was the only thing. Like, I can still do whatever I want with my content. I can post whatever I want. Like, you guys don't push.
We're sort of guided.
Yeah, you don't like put a filter on me or anything like that.
Yeah, we're not sending you like, we're not putting you in a box where you're like, you have to act like this. Like, no, we want you to be your full self. Yeah, at the end of the day, because I mean, you're already really rad. So it's like, why change that? We want to not take away. We want to upgrade that even more, you know?
And that's when people start leaving, is when you start acting completely different out of nowhere. And it's like, what happened?
Yeah. And I feel like, that's a huge thing with a lot of agencies is the girls would join and then they expect them to be someone that they're not. And it's like, that's not who we are at Mystique. And like, I feel like that's something that you really appreciate too.
I do. I really, really do appreciate it. I'm sure everyone else does too. Like, I get to say whatever I want and have whatever ideas I want. And even if I have like ideas to present to you guys about like something to help the other people in the agency and stuff like that, you guys are always open to listening to it. And it's a really, really nice, because like it's really nice to actually have like a genuine voice with you guys. Like that is so nice.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, okay, put it into the complaint box.
Yeah.
It'll hit HR at some point.
We'll get there later.
Yeah.
We'll get there later. That's amazing. Okay, so let's get to the nitty gritty a little bit. Let's talk some numbers. What was your first month sort of like with money, with Mystique, the first month?
It decently went up. I can't remember the exact number. Do you remember the exact number for the first?
I think after the
Average was-
first month was like 100.
Yeah, like just about.
Average, you were
So 30
Okay. Yeah.
max almost.
Yeah, first 30 days exactly was about 100K.
Yeah. So like the first month was like 100K, and that was like,
yeah.
wow.
Did you just you were saying the other day you were at the airport and you saw like your bank account, like something it hit your bank account,
Yeah, and it was.
and that's for 1 week.
It's really cool to see. It's also very scary to me.
Yeah.
Like so much.
Yeah.
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 Because for 1 week it went from 5K to like almost 30K, and it's like, holy crap. What'd you do? What kind of sorcery? And it's like, did you guys start hexing or like doing spells on my
Maybe.
face? Like,
Maybe. I mean, look at me.
I never thought it would be possible for me to be able to like go to Twitch cons as like someone that people would want to see, or even have the idea of merch ever in my entire life. And
Yeah.
I quite literally cried when Sid gave me the call and was like, hey, we're going to start it. And I was like, no way, really?
Yeah.
Like, really?
What's that?
And then I presented it to the beans, and they were like, oh. So I was like, this is so amazing. Like, what I dreamed of as a kid is actually like is actually achievable. Like, I didn't, as a kid, you're like, yeah, I want to do that. And like, as you get older, you're like, yeah, I want to do that. That's not feasible, but I want to do that one day,
Yeah.
And like, it's happening, and it's like,
I mean, we see your personality. We see you for who you are. I start crying. I lost track. I was going somewhere. We're just thankful for you, dude. Like, we're so thankful. That was going somewhere, and then I forgot because I was gonna start crying. I was like,
you're good.
But like, yeah, we just see you for who you are, and you have so much potential. And other people should see that, and we see that. We just want to be our biggest hype woman, biggest hype team. At the end of the day, like, and because I remember you coming to us and being like, well, I feel like I should like be smaller, and we're like, no, be full you. That's what we want at the end of the day.
I think that's another problem with like only working with yourself, though. It's like after a while, you kind of like your anxieties start becoming like your team, like,
Yeah.
so you look at a video and you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't post that because like someone might not like that joke.
Yeah.
Versus like going to an actual team and being like, hey, what do you guys think of this?
Yeah.
I was a little anxious, and everyone would be like, dude, that's funny. Like,
Sick.
so it's really nice to have extra people to like support and help and like give feedback and stuff like that. It's really nice. You guys are awesome.
So I have a question. Whenever there was, because no team is perfect, but whenever there was an issue or anything that gave you a little bit of anxiety when you started working with us, how did you feel that we responded to that? How do you feel that we handled that?
Normal, like intense anxiety people, like when you have a problem, you get really anxious to even present it to anybody because your brain goes through all these different like situations of like how they could react. So like off rip, I was like, one of the first times I ever reached out to you guys that I was like having like a mild burnout. Like I was like on the verge of tears typing the message, looking at my husband being like, maybe I should just keep going. Maybe I should just keep like working and just keep doing it. Cause like I can do it. If I have to, I can do it. And he was like, no, like just send the message. They seem like really nice people. I'm sure they're going to understand. And you guys were so sweet and understanding. And like, you guys even understood that like I was having anxiety about even presenting it to you all. So you guys gave me reassurance about that. And you always give reassurance about that because you guys know how anxious they get about it. And it's so nice. And it's genuinely like, that's part of the reason why like you guys are such a great agency, is because like, again, you treat people like people instead of being like you know, maybe you should just take a nap and then go record some content, like just power nap it out. And it's really nice and really refreshing.
What's the vision now? Where do you want to go with your brand?
Currently, I want to work towards going to like one of the big Twitch cons at some point.
Which we're going to New York. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a big one in New York, and that's gonna be fun.
And just things like that. I don't know. For so long, I was so focused on getting to this point, and because it was so hard, I couldn't think past it, you know? So lately I've been trying more so to like pull out of this, like, because working on your own for so long, doing all that stuff, you get stuck in that, like really hard. And it's been really nice because you guys are so understanding. I can like take a second to pull myself out of work mode again and be able to like breathe, and I can start like,
For what's past this?
yeah, and be like, okay, I'm doing this now. What do I want to do next? You know?
Yeah.
So that's been really nice. I have no idea what I want to do next.
But we're here and we're excited.
Yeah.
We're excited and we're part of the journey, obviously. Yeah. So with these future endeavors, do you feel like Mystique has like given you that ground and that floor to walk on to really like get there, to like achieve the goals that you will eventually want to achieve?
Yeah, for sure. And anytime I've had like a new idea for you guys are always super receptive about it, and like you're super excited about it, or like you give me like constructive criticism, and you always start with like, hey, that's a really good idea, maybe like rethink like certain things about it or something like that, like for my own like safety or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like you guys are very, very receptive to new ideas, and you guys are like always so excited for like this too. It's very nice.
I mean, we want to hear all your ideas. Like, you're a badass with great ideas. Like, why would we not? What would you say to other like big time streamers, content creators? Like, what would you say to them about working with Mystique?
Do it.
Yeah.
I don't know, like talk to the other agencies if you want, but honestly it's just going to be more solidification of like why you would want to work with Mystique. I mean, I talk to other agencies that are like, oh, this doesn't sound fucked up. They're bigger than you guys, and they're more well known.
Yeah.
But like, they just like, it was very suits. It was very like men in suits. This is what we're doing. We're capitalizing on women almost. And it's like, I don't want to work with that. Like, I very strongly suggest Mystique, and that's all I can really say is like, no matter if you talk to the other people, you're gonna like, it's just more incentive to just want to work with you guys.
Yeah. Unless you get to hang out with us.
Yeah.
I mean,
right? We're pretty dope ass people.
Pretty cool. Our back-end team, pretty cool. Okay. So what would you tell your past self before you made the jump into joining Mystique?
Don't be so anxious. It's okay. I had I had a poor experience prior, and it put a really anxious, like, bad taste in my mouth. So I was just really worried. And to be honest, I was like deeply, deeply anxious, and it's part of why we were so like talking. I don't want to say combative because that's not the word. It's more so like negotiative. Yeah, I think that is because I was so anxious, but I would tell myself not to be as anxious. Definitely be like on your shit about like, getting information and stuff like that, but don't be as anxious about it, you know?
No, that's great. Yeah, because a lot of girls are anxious when looking for an agency. I've been anxious. Same boat.
I've presented it to so many of my friends, and they've been like, "Oh, but yeah," and I'm like, "No, but I thought the same thing. I promise. And I'm not being like a bot right now. Like, I'm being genuine. These people are actually like dope ass people."
Yeah, I mean, I've reached out to plenty of girls, and they've felt the same way. But you know, everyone's path is different.
I told you the same thing in the interview, that like, it's scary. You don't want to until you really have to, because it is so scary, and there's so much stigma. There's so much stigma around like working with agencies and stuff like that. Plus, there's so many scams. Oh my God, there's
So many scams. So many scams. Scam.
A little bit about your experience with, you don't have to say who they were, but with that experience you had that you said left a bad taste in your mouth, like what was the negatives about that experience?
Oh yeah. So when I worked with that brand, it wasn't an agency or anything like that. It was like a brand. I was an ambassador, and they would like send us stuff on, and like it was really cool stuff, and they had like a really cool vibe. They were as I started working with them, their systems were really fucked up all the time. Like we couldn't get paid properly, we couldn't get information properly, things like that, and they just kept apologizing. And I had talked to other people in the group, and they explained that like that had been a thing for months, and it had been an ongoing thing. And on top of that, I had started with them, and they sent me an email about it, like about the drop, agreeing to it. They gave me a contract for it. And I signed it. I was getting ready for it. I dyed my hair for this cosplay. I dyed my hair bright green. Everyone thought I was a fucking Eagles fan. I was like, who the fuck are the Eagles? And I called one of the people like halfway through dyeing my hair, because it had been a few days after everyone received their stuff. And I was like, hey, I just want to make sure like someone didn't steal it off my doorstep. They're like, oh, you're not part of this one. I was like, you sent me a whole contract. And they ended up using my photos on their main page for it and not compensating me for it or anything like that. Or like, they tagged me. That was about it. And then I had heard stories about other girls getting sexual harassment, in the sense of like, they flirted with one of the guys because the guys were flirting with them, and they were like, oh, let's do a photo shoot with you. And because the girl refused, like she like made up an excuse to not sleep with the dude. Yeah. They didn't use any of the footage that they got from her. And situations like that. And I actually had brought it up to them because one of the like person who runs their Instagram would like message with me like that. And I thought it was just funny banter, but like it would keep going. Yeah. And when I talked to them about it, they'd be like, oh, they gave me this like really AI, like, oh, that's just like a figmental, like, because they called themselves Pookie. They were like, oh, that's just a figment. Oh. Like, that's just what Gen Z, and they gave me this whole definition of Pookie, and I was like, I'm telling you that, like, this feels like sexual harassment, and you're giving me the definition of Pookie. So finally I was like, you know what, I can't do it, because so many times they would have so many problems, and so many issues, and they were starting to pull even more stuff that we were getting less and less and less stuff from them, to the point where it was just like, maybe a t-shirt. Yeah. And I was like, it was like the energy. Yeah, I can't do this anymore. And I just stopped working with them, because it's just tiring. Like, you're putting in all that work just to not get noticed by people, because they also had like biases for their models. They would only hire like the same 15 people all the time, but they have like hundreds and hundreds of ambassadors. Yeah. Use the rest of them. There's a lot of them, and there's a lot of their team, like the group there, like the people, the other ambassadors, they were really cool, sweet people, and a lot of them had problems, but they didn't have a voice. They couldn't voice anything. Okay. They would try to, and no one would listen. Even I tried to, like I said, I tried to present a problem. They were like, that's just Pookie. And it's like, cool. Bye. Cool. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got out of that.
Yeah. It was a lot.
Seemed like a lot. Yeah. Well, sick, dude. This was really fun, and I'm glad me and everyone else can get to know you a little bit better. Welcome to Denver.
Thank you. It was very pretty.
But we're so like happy that you're here, and obviously you're like family to us now. So I mean, we're gonna see you a lot more. And yeah, like, is there anything that you want to say to your fans and your little beans?
I love you guys. You can drink water. You guys are very sweet. Do something that makes you smile, as always, and have a great rest of your day, as always. You know.